guys, it's Madden Mobile Moses here, and today we will be opening 6 quick sells, and then we will be building an offense with the coins we make from these quick sells. So let's get right into this. We did another video on this, and this will be the episode 2 of this series. So let's get right into this first quick sell. Let's try to make it a little not like the last video, and we get 17k, already better. So we're starting with 160k, so we'll just remember that, and we'll go till 160k when we're building our team. So that's 17k to start out with, and we have 6 of these. So let's keep going here, and we get a 5k. Not the best, but that's pretty much worth a 1 gold player. So we do want to get some more, and we get a 15k. Let's try to get some more coins here, get something more like 25k. Let's keep going here, and we get 7,500. This is not being so good so far. These quick sells just do not like me. Sorry about that interruption here. Let's get right back into this. So let's see if we can get some more coins here, and we get 7,500. So let's keep going. We have this last quick sell here. We can only go till 160k, so that is about 50k right here to build an entire offense. So let's keep going here, and we get this 12k. We now have about 60k to spend on these players to build an offense. I'm going to try and strength so the important position. So I'm going to try and sort of get a gold quarterback. That's my new advice for you. And get a good running back, because that's what you're really going to need. A good wide receiver. And try to get like 2 good offensive linemen, because that's what you're going to need to protect the run and the quarterback. And you're going to need to get like about like an 84 quarterback, because they can still have good stats instead of an 86, which will probably boost the price up like 15k, and it's really not much of a difference. So let's start with a quarterback. Let's see if we can get some 84 quarterbacks for under 10k. Yeah, and there are a lot, but I actually forgot to put in the quarterback filter. So we have this 84 Matthew Stafford, 84 Colin Kaepernick, and so yeah, that's about it. So I'm basically going to compare this Colin Kaepernick, because Kaepernick does have good speed, which is pretty important, but Stafford does have pretty good accuracy. But I might go with this Kaepernick because he does have good speed, and that's good for rushing, good throw power too, and pretty good throw accuracy. It's like the mid 80s, but this Big Ben has pretty good throw accuracy. So I'm just going to try and go for the Colin Kaepernick, because I really do like the running aspect of this. So it looks like the cheapest one is going to be around, let's see, 9,500 coins. And it looks like I'm just going to have to buy that one. So we're not spending as much coins on the quarterback as we did in the last video. Now let's go for a running back. Let's try and get an elite running back. So let's see if we can get one for 15k. And there's this 85 Matt Forte, 85 Dion Lewis. 85 Dion Lewis might be your best bet, but I'm just going to try and find the cheapest one here. Yeah, so we're going to look for the cheapest one, and maybe we'll look for a higher overall, because this running back is an important position. So these go for about 10k, but let's see if we can get an 87 for around 25k, because these running is really good, and you can only have 1 running back. So we can get this 89 Le'Veon Bell, which we probably are going to take. Let's see if there are any other 89s besides Le'Veon Bell, because that would be a pretty good running back. And so that looks like it's going to be the only one. So let's try and find the cheapest price here for 20k. A really good running back here. Le'Veon Bell had a great season. So it looks like he's going to be going for about 19k. Let's go in with this. And we can only go until 160k. So that's the limit we can spend. So after this, we will have spent about 100. Well, we'll be at 195k. So that'll leave us with 35k. And it looks like this will not be loading, but it does. So let's keep going. So we're going to try and get an elite wide receiver. Let's actually see if we can get another 89 wide receiver for this amount of money. And all of them have sold. So maybe we could snipe one. It looks like I'm not sure what the time is. It's 5:31, so it looks like we aren't going to have a sniping round so soon. So let's look for 88s maybe now, because we do want to get a high overall for this position. So we can get these football outsiders for a cheap price. Yeah, I forgot about these. This Chris Hogan and this one. So let's see this cheapest price here. I believe they can go for about like 13K, which is pretty good. Yeah, these guys can go for really cheap. So let's buy this for about 12,500 coins. Okay, so we are now looking for offensive tackles and offensive guards under 3K, and we're going to pick up this Anthony Munoz because of course he has this stat boost, and so he doesn't go for that much either. He goes for only 3K. And let's try and find someone else. Let's try and find a really cheap one. So we're going to buy, that was an offensive tackle. So let's buy an offensive guard now, just because these might be a little bit more pricey. Maybe. Yeah, so these are. So let's go to 5K to see whatever we can get here. And we can get this TJ Lang. So we were just going to go for whatever one, basically, because the stats don't matter so much unless they have like 99 or something. So I'm just going to go for probably this, either like Kevin Zeitler or like TJ Lang or Shaq Mason, whatever ones here we have. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for this one here. It's not from a pro. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for this one here. Actually, let's try and find a cheap one. Sorry, going to my options by accident. Save that extra $1,000 or coins. Yep. So let's get this TJ Lang. He's pretty cheap. Okay, so now let's get back in and let's try and get a tight end. For this amount of coins, we have about 15K left. And so we have these cheap ones. These are good to pick up, especially because they're from basically a promo that basically people get so many of them, their price will just go down a lot. So this Levine Tolilo or this Jason Peters, they both have gone down a lot, and this Delaney Walker. So I'm just going to go with this Delaney Walker because I like Delaney Walker, and I'm sure he has pretty good stats. He does have 82 speed, 85 run block. What about this one? He does not have such great stats. And we look at this Jason Peters. He has really good strength, but I'm just going to go with the Delaney Walker because he is a tight end over the other guy. And so we've got this one. So we are going to need, let's just put these ones in our lineup to see what we need more now. And so we have this offensive tackle here. And then we have an offensive guard that we got. And sorry, we have his gold lineup in. So, and then we have, did we buy a receiver? No. So, and then we did buy a tight end. So we have this Delaney Walker now. And so we're going to need a flex, a fullback, another we're going to need a flex, a fullback, 2 wide receivers, I believe. Yes, 2 wide receivers, a flex, a fullback, and we have not bought, and we need an offensive guard and a center. So we have been spending a little too much money, I guess, but let's try and get our 2 wide receivers now and our flex. And we have about 13K to spend. So let's try and be as cheap as we can. We might even go to 80 max. Or we might even have to like spend like some on, might even like one wide receiver and like one, maybe like a offensive guard and a center. Maybe that's a little more important because you're not going to be passing to like every wide receiver always. And so now we have these tight ends here. That was my last search, but we're going to look for wide receivers now. We're going to look for them cheaply. So let's go for 2,500. I'm not sure if this is too cheap, but let's go for 82 because, and I believe we are going to have stuff. So we have Well, let's try and get 83s because we obviously want a better overall. So we are going to be searching this up now. And we have this Sammy Watkins, this T.Y. Hilton. We have all these guys here. And so I'm just going to be getting probably, actually we have some 84s. This Sterling Sharp, gotta pick him up. He has +1 catch. We definitely should get him. And so we got him. So we need 2 wide receivers and a flex. So we're probably going to buy 1 more, or maybe 2, because we have, so we can probably afford, like, what do we need? We need a wide receiver now, 1 flex, and then we need an offensive guard, a center, and an offensive tackle. So if we buy 2 more of these, we'll probably have like 166K. And so I'd say we buy 1 more of these. Let's buy this Wolf Filler because he is an 84, probably. We buy 1 more of these. Yeah, I say we buy 1 more of these because you really do need these receivers. Where'd that Wolf Filler go? And then let's get on this offense. Sorry about that. It turns out we only needed 1 receiver and a flex, not 2. But that doesn't really matter. So we are now looking for, we're going to need an offensive guard, an offensive tackle, a center, and a fullback. So let's see what we can get here. We're going to need 1 of each of these positions here that I'm selecting. So let's see if we can get any of these guys for 2,500, and let's go for maybe 81 because they do not have to be an 84, not the highest gold rating. So we do have a lot of stuff here. So let's try and probably get this Rodney Hudson, this 83. Wow. So let's get this, let's look for 83s because we see we have some 83s here. You should make sure if you're looking for 81s, and if you see an 83, you should definitely mark up that filter because you do not want to buy an 81 if you can buy an 83 for the same price, obviously. So we have all of these guys, that we can buy. So let's buy this Rodney Hudson here. So we have 8K left. So we need this Rodney Hudson, the Donald Penn, and we're going to need to get that offensive guard here. This, I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but Kalishi Osamili, but I'm not really sure if that's right, but you can tell me in the comment section how to pronounce that correctly. So now we have exactly 160K left. So we have about 800 to buy a fullback now, so that's not really that much. I sort of overspent a little bit there, but so we already bought that TJ Lang, so we're going to put this player in here, and then our center, our Rodney Hudson. And so let's see now if we can buy some fullbacks for about 1K. Let's look at in the filter of, position of halfback and fullback. And let's see, and get to 75 because fullback is not such a vital position. So, but you're going to want to get an okay one so it can boost your overall. So let's just see if we can get some golds at all. So let's see if we can get some golds at all. So no, we can't get any golds. So let's try and get some 71s. Or, so I'm just going to go with whatever player. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just going to try and scroll through and see if we can. Ooh, we have this 74 here. Probably the best overall. But I'm just going to search to make sure and see if we have any other players here. And we're going to try and see if we can get a 74. Oh, and we have the 77. Is that a snipe? Is that a snipe? Oh, I think this is a snipe. This is a snipe. Oh, these are snipes. Come on. We hit the sniping round. And we sniped someone. We sniped someone. Let's try and get some more snipes here. Some more snipes? Oh, no. We can't get any more snipes. We have a live sniping round here. And we got 2 snipes here. And let's see if we can get this snipe. Probably not. It'll probably fail. But we're just getting these snipes here. And come on, let's see if this loads. Wow, what luck. We get the sniping round here. We get 2 snipes. And this is not loaded yet, but we are going... We could actually use this as our we'll use the 77 Jeremy Hill as our fullback. Let's see if we could use that. That's actually great. Also, if you want to get a good team for a cheap price, just try and snipe them. You could try and snipe some players. What good advice? Let's try and get this Roosevelt Nix here as a fullback. So, yes, we put this Roosevelt Nix in. And so we have now completed our team. Take a look here for a couple seconds, and now we'll do some head-to-head gameplay for you. Okay, so we are just going to pick a random guy. Let's play this guy who's the Cowboys here. And so we are going to be doing a head-to-head. We did keep our special teams in, so we do have this 92 kick returner Dion Lewis, but I don't really think it makes a difference.